Empire Tabletop!
Hello, welcome back to Empire Tabletop.
Yes, it's been so long.
It's been so long.
So long.
It hasn't really been very long.
No.
We've been pretty good on time. I mean, that and we were doing like several of these at the same time.
Yes.
Anyway, part 2. The aftermath, right. This is, this is after you guys figured out, oh shit, everything's on lockdown now.
Yeah. We done fucked up.
I spent the whole session glaring at Owen.
Yeah, it was kind of my fault, even though I kept trying to make it not my fault.
And Owen was spending the whole session looking at his new ring.
Shiny.
So beautiful.
Pretty and witty.
A brand new one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Now there's some real shit here. Oh boy.
So this session we everything's on lockdown.
Yeah.
I go to the paladin. I get home and I basically hey, everyone,
Family meeting!
Family
I walk
meeting.
in, I kick in the door, family meeting!
Uncle Bob!
Uncle Bob, get
I'm
in here!
too busy being drunk!
No, you're not. You're getting in here. Family meeting. And so I informed the rest of the party, hey,
we done fucked up!
we done got fucked up because we got a cleric who could talk with the dead.
So I'm underground. Your call is not reaching me.
I'll text you later. So we get Uncle Bob to remain back in the mansion to protect to let him indulge in his interests and also to protect him from the massive amount of guards who will horribly skewer him if he's in public. I'm human.
Yeah, Uncle Bob, he didn't have his Uncle Bob disguise on at the time, of course, but he's not very good at acting, so
Yeah.
they decided to keep him in the mansion.
My charisma's like -3, I'm pretty sure.
Meanwhile, Kage, I should say,
Osmanog.
Oz and Aisir, or Little Tim, or something like that.
Little Tim. Father Shaw and Little Tim.
Father Shaw and Little Tim, that's how it is. By the way, I need to figure out how to spell your character's name.
I will give you a proper...
S-H-A-W.
I saw
it's Dusha. It's like that's the part.
Dusha Osmanog. It's
Osmanog.
Russian.
D-O-U-C-H-E.
Well done.
You forgot an A, but okay.
Now,
Hyphen A.
so you guys went out on the town just to see how things were going. I think.
Oh
No, you went to see the mayor.
We went to see the mayor because in
you-
order to keep up the disguise of, hey, we're moving into town and whatnot, the town just got attacked. I have to worry about poor little Tim and his education
Yes,
and
yes.
his well-being.
You had actually hidden the giant narwhal horn, cleverly, inside of the safety deposit box that you later robbed.
Yep. So we stole the horn because we said, hey, we're gonna sell it to market day, we're gonna make lots of money, and we're going to buy this mansion where they're renting for the month, for good. But we got robbed by ourselves. So
yeah. So you had
suspicion.
you had to play the part, and you had to go see the Reeve, which is the substitute mayor, because the real mayor is the paladin living in the castle.
Yeah.
And you yelled at him.
We didn't even really yell at him. We were just
No.
Actually, he was like looking really upset because he'd just been yelled at all day. So you showed up and you were about to.
A nice guy.
And then you were a nice guy to him.
And I was like, I don't need to scold you anymore. You're already broken. Look. Hear me out. Tell me what's going on. Just give me the facts so I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So he relayed the story to you. I can't remember. Something came out of that. I can't remember what it was.
He did tell us something important. I think. Because remember, after he told us, we basically immediately went to kill the writer.
The Varning, yeah. He said that the Varning had been called back or something.
Right, I think that was it.
They sent out a message to bring him back, and we were like, fuck, if he comes back, that'll bolster their forces.
Yeah.
So
Captain Varning, the scout captain, who spends a lot of his time, scouting, but he's quite strong, so you didn't want him to be in the area when you were going to do the big attack.
We got our posse together.
No, you're missing the important part.
But before...
No, I know the important part. So these guys were heading back.
Oh, okay.
And,
I was just gonna ask. Okay, good.
And you saw a guy with a book surrounded by guards looking around, and you didn't think much of it until he came in.
No, we thought shit tons of it.
Shit.
We were like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but you passed by him within 60 feet, and that was your foolish mistake.
Well, if we're gonna clearly avoid him, like we had to,
of course. You really didn't have much choice.
Quick, son, into the bar!
So he had Detect Magic up. And he detected magic when you guys passed by. And of course he whispers to one of the guards, and the guards are immediately like, everyone halt! Because, as it was turned out later, it was suspected, as the guards later explained to you, that magic was involved in the attack, because why would nobody hear or see a bunch of people coming in and then bashing a bunch of guards' faces in the middle of a town hall?
What are you doing? Sorry.
Now, the guards approached you and they explained the situation to you. And so they explained the situation to you very politely. I mean, sort of politely.
For people under suspicion, it was very polite.
And Tacitus, who's the name of the magister, the mage of the castle, asked you to please remove your headgear because that was what was dinging his magic at the time. Though I later forgot that Kage was also wearing the cloak of the bat that was stolen.
Yep.
So I just played it off like they didn't notice.
I think they were like
perception failed.
I think it was from the shock of what was to happen next.
Yeah. Without without any other choice, Kage removed his headgear.
But before I explained to them that I was my family has been cursed, and that I lived in an unfortunate life cursed by my heritage. And as I removed the hat, I revealed that I was a tiefling to everyone.
Yep. And then they all pointed their spears at you.
Yes.
And that was when I thought that these two were going to jail. But then Kage pulled out of his ass the most sensational bluff I have ever heard.
So, I start like reassuring Tim, like it's gonna be okay. And
I'm so scared, Dad. Why are they pointing their spears at us?
I'm Uncle Bob.
You're not there.
You're not there.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
I tell the guards the story of our traveling family who, was in the big city, and we're all miscreants, all cursed by our heritage, and we're just trying to find our matron way of living.
And that was a very good, very convincing bluff. And perhaps more importantly, you rolled super duper high on it.
Yeah.
You rolled I can't remember.
I rolled a 19.
No, I don't follow Asmodeus. My voice cracks whenever I'm telling the truth.
And then Aki, of course, as the little
I had
Tim.
an 18 bluff check just to go, please don't hate me.
Yeah. Just cowering against her dad's shoulder. And they didn't take Aki's headgear off.
Yeah. Because that would have fucked us right then and there.
Yeah,
it was in like
what? You're an angel, kid!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Also age difference, because remember, little Tim is like 12, and then like
Aisir
hair
is,
comes
like,
off and like 3 feet or grow.
Yeah.
Well, debatable, because his height is like 5'4", so.
Oh, okay.
But there is a height difference.
Yeah. It's suspicious.
Yes, it is definitely suspicious because Azamar.
Yeah, because they basically asked, is your son similarly affected? And you were like, yes. And basically, like, Tacitus, he was thinking about it, and then a couple of the guards in the background were wiping their eyes just because the story was so touching. And eventually, they just decided to let you go. And boy,
in that moment, across the country, Thorn in his office.
he just gave a big sigh of relief and then took a big drink.
To be fair, we said he did that when Kage took off the headpiece.
Yeah.
When he took off the headpiece, we were like, and in the distance, Thorn, while he was scrying, just spat out his teeth.
Going like,
what the fuck?
What are you doing?
Shit!
And then us underground. I felt a disturbance in the force.
And the thorns.
Yeah. So you guys went home. I can't remember where you went because you left.
I left.
I think you went to go shopping or something.
I went to go see the alchemist for rat poison.
Right.
Because I know because we allegedly don't have much money coming in. we now have to
Move
move to
to
the warehouse that
Yeah.
is like a ramshackled piece of shit.
Yep.
Kage is so proud
We
of
went
how
from the
much
manor
he
into the
lied.
warehouse.
I love
They
this
didn't
game.
actually make the move, but they gave the story that, yeah, we're going to have to make the move, and we need to buy a shit ton of rat poison just to make sure that there's no rats in the warehouse. And the alchemist was like, yeah, sure, okay, here, take all my arsenic. And,
Yeah!
the reason that they wanted the arsenic was because of
Mama Giuseppe!
Mama Giuseppe and her weekly soup that almost all of the guards eat. And of course, that's a fantastic opportunity to poison it with rat poison. So yeah, that's just a small description of that. Following, while you were out buying rat poison,
Oh,
Because
right.
I told him to
Yes.
stay home to look after Uncle Bob.
Now it's my turn to have
the-
screen time.
the other half of
God.
Aki's shitty day began.
It's like, I have to lie. Fucking Uncle Bob.
Because you guys heard a knock on the door. Of course, you and Uncle Bob, you answered the door to the
After I
manor.
finish shitting myself, yes.
And it was Father Donegan, the guy who had cast Speak with Dead and,
Well,
and
hello
ruined your
there.
lives. And he
I was
was like, "Hello, we're just visiting everyone's homes right now. Just because of what happened yesterday, we want to make sure everyone's safe and there's no one hiding out. You're a rather new resident, so we wanted to make sure you were our first priority. We're just going to search the house."
I am human.
And you asked, "Would you like me?" Yes, that's very nice. Could I come in? And so you guys got invited
Yes,
in.
Uncle Bob, why don't you go make some tea and get the fuck out of here?
So Uncle Bob and a couple of his acolytes and a few guards came in, and the guards started searching the room. And Uncle Bob and Father Donegan and the acolytes sat down at the table.
No, he went to go get fucking tea.
Well, no. We sat down first, and then
Yeah, he sat down. You guys had a conversation, and
And then-
basically
Yeah.
fucking
He asked me a
Fucking
question.
Donegan asked. What did he ask?
He asked, "Do you know of anyone using magic around here?"
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like,
Oh, Father, you look so parched. Maybe you should have some tea. Uncle Bob, will you get some tea?
"Yes." And I was
Uncle
like,
Bob-
"Yes, tea," and I laughed.
And Uncle Bob ran into the kitchen to get some tea.
Did not return. Here's the
And so Aisir had to hold the fort for a while.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Had a
little
12-year-old
Timmy,
boy in charge of flying.
little Timmy was so cute that one of the acolytes wanted to pet him on the head because he's
Reasons.
That's what you do with little boys.
The problem with that is that if you were to touch someone who's under an illusion, which Aisir was,
Yes, yes, he was.
that person would get the person who touched would get a will save, and these are clerics. They're not bad at that. So
Because I didn't have any sex while I was there.
just before the hand-to-head contact happened, Uncle Bob burst in.
Who wants tea? And by tea I mean whiskey.
It was
Whiskey that's been boiled with tea bags in it. Boom.
it was most certainly whiskey. Father
It was 10 in
Donegan.
the morning.
Father Donegan obliged. There was tea in it. He took a sip and he was like, "Oh, I see. You really like you really live that kind of
Dwarven
life,
tea.
don't you?"
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'd love
Orcish,
to-
I mean dwarven tea. Yes. What's an orc? I've never heard of an orc before. I'm human. Tea.
Well, I'd love to stay around, but alcohol. I can't really do that right now, just because it's early in the day, and I have a lot of houses to visit, and of course it's a very
Mental
dangerous time right now
image.
for us.
If you had no idea how to serve tea, if you had burst in and who wants tea, and then you clonked the acolyte over the head with the tea tray.
Just a tea tray.
Sorry, I tripped.
So they left without incident, and then you guys attacked Varning.
Yes.
Oh god.
That
We
worked
went
out.
into the woods.
You went in the woods. You
To
figured out
find
which
the
path Varning was going to take to come back. You guys found a nice big tree. You cut it almost all the way down, and then you waited for Varning to show up. And then when Varning showed up, you pushed the tree over to block their way out. And then on the initiative, Uncle Bob, apparently still very frustrated,
Yeah.
ran in and murdered Varning's horse in one stroke.
Yeah. With the hammer.
And then the fight broke out, and I don't know. Uncle Bob got critted by a charge, I believe, once, but he didn't give a
You didn't
shit.
do fuck.
Yeah.
He took a lot of damage, but he's got so much health it didn't even matter.
Not a single fuck was given. Uncle
And-
Bob just ate
And
that
you murdered Captain Varning and his rangers, and you made sure that body was never going to be found again.
Oh yeah.
Fires for days.
You set the bones on fire,
Set the woods on fire, set the horses on fire, set the fucking ground on
No,
fire.
we kept the horses. The
The,
horses
thi-
are
the,
fire,
things,
fire,
the things that we did to those bodies should be considered illegal.
They were.
They
Very,
were
very
illegal.
illegal.
Well, good. That means that people are on their toes then.
Murder in general is illegal.
And you threw what was left of them
The
into
ashes
into the river.
Yeah. And turned into a nice fine paste as it washed
We
away.
learned our lesson is the important part.
Yeah, fuck
You
clerics.
Sure did. Yeah, fuck clerics. And yeah, that was the session, and we are on time. So, thank you everyone for joining us again. Empire Tabletop out.